So we have revised our emergency planning zone map to make it easier for people who might need to use it and take protective actions, or people who might need to make protective action decisions to identify where that needs to happen. Earlier emergency planning zone map was designed in pie-shaped wedges, and they didn't really align to anything that you could see on the ground.
While it was functional in a lot of ways, it made it really difficult in emergency management to do road closures, to have first responders know exactly where to go, and also for the residents to know what part of the pie they were in.
The newer version of the EPZ map follows county lines, which goes with the authority to make a decision about protective actions. And it also lines up with things like roads and other major dividers like that.
The map's broken down in sectors, and there's a C, P, and A sectors, which that stands for Carson County, Potter County, or Armstrong County. So they're right off. If you're in, say, C5, you'll know exactly you're in Carson County. Where in beforehand, you if you didn't know exactly the way the pie's spread out in a pie shape, it would cross quite a few county lines, cross quite a few county roads.
When we laid out the sectors of this emergency planning zone map, we created the boundaries so that we could block off areas and try to keep major artery roadways open as much as possible also. So that way we can close a near section and not cut off the artery on the far side of it until we crossed also into the next section over. The biggest benefit of this change is the understandability of the map. Someone can look on where they are on the map or on ground and say, compare it to the map and say, yeah, I'm north or south of this road or east or west of that road, and that corresponds to a spot on the map, one of the sectors of the map. That way, if we tell Carson 3 to take a protective action, you can look at the map and see it's bounded by these roads, and you know you're in or out of there.
This map came about not because we think there was a problem. We just improving what we already have. I think, especially from a county judge's point of view and from emergency responders, this gets us all on the same page. We all know exactly how the new map reads. We'll all be able to know exactly what road closures we're going to set up, because that's in the first few minutes to first few hours of an emergency. That's a very critical time. We don't need to be second guessing. So we want to be for sure everybody's on the same page.
So if you'd like to see a copy of the map, we distribute through the agreement in principle copies to everyone who lives within the emergency planning zone, to every household, and also on the Pantex website there's a link to it. And if you live within our partner counties, you can talk to your local county government.
I hope the public, especially those in this area, will really educate themselves. Will try to use this new calendar and use this new map to educate themselves where they're at and things to look for in case there is any kind of emergency in the area.